Hey everybody, hope it's all good. Haven't made a video in a little while. The purpose for this one, I wanted to share something with you that I thought was pretty damn cool and most applicable to pretty much everyone's lives. um, During this global, I'll just call it a situation, I think we've all gone down some different roads and many of us the same. I've gone deep into frequency and meditation and mindset and energy and vibration, and it's all about that. And about, I would say, 2 months ago, I saw a video online, just a random video. I think it was like maybe a mom and her teenage son, and they made a video about rice and energy. First, let me preface something. Recently found out that there's been increasing evidence and proven that water holds memory, like a computer. So what do you think of that? Pretty cool stuff. You guys may have seen perhaps some studies or maybe a video or maybe not of water being frozen and the molecules being the water first being exposed to different kinds of frequency and different kinds of music and thought vibration and even phrases, and then frozen and studied. And what they found was the water that was exposed to high frequency and positive vibration and love and that kind of thing, it froze with really cool, beautiful sort of geometric patterns like a snowflake. And the water that was abused, for lack of a better word, looked all shitty, and it was all like it froze, all the molecules were all deformed and that kind of thing. And I thought that was really interesting. So back to this rice story. This mom and this son cooked some white rice, and they separated maybe like a half a cup or a cup of rice in 3 separate jars. In one jar, they sealed them, and in one jar they gave that jar shit and yelled at it and spewed negative energy and called it a lot of bad names, etc. The second jar of rice, they didn't do anything. And the third jar of rice, as you can imagine, they gave lots of love and positive affirmations and good energy. And then they stored the rice in a cupboard. I'm not sure how often they abused the rice or gave the rice love. I don't think it was daily, but it was probably, some degree of frequency. And after a month, stunner, the rice that got the abuse was nasty looking. It was all moldy and shitty and rotten, and the medium rice not so much, and the one that got the love was in pretty good shape. So I thought that was interesting. So about a month ago, my family, we cooked some rice, and I was looking at the stove. I'm like, there's a little bit of extra rice there, maybe like, a cup of cooked white rice, jasmine rice perhaps, scented or not sure, don't remember, not important. My wife had a couple jars that I have with me right here. So I'm like, I'm gonna try this experiment. So I put, I would say maybe like a quarter cup, half a cup of rice in one jar, and I put it in another jar, 2 separate jars. And to the first jar, I gave it shit, man, just like, you suck, rice, you're fucking garbage, and I hate you, and felt kind of weird. A, spewing hatred, and B, yelling at my food. It was really weird, but that's okay. I just wanted to do a little science experiment. So I got really mad at this rice, and I consciously just like gave it lots of hatred. And then I put it aside, and I took the second jar of rice and just said, you're the best, man. I love you. You're the coolest, most beautiful rice I've ever seen. I held it close to my heart, and I just consciously tried to give it lots of love. So that was done, and I put it in the cupboard, about maybe 10 inches from each other, and I forgot about it. It probably was about 2 weeks, and I was a little surprised when I pulled it out because it kind of worked. So I'm like, well, the month isn't up, so I want to take this thing through the full gamut. So I gave the rice shit again, and the other rice I gave some love, and I put it in a spot that I remember, so I did it again. So in total, probably throughout the month, I probably gave the one rice a hard time maybe 5 or 6 times, and the other rice I gave love to, really conscious of giving it love or hate. And I labeled the jars. This is the love jar. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little heart smiley face. And this is the hatred jar. Rawr. So check this out, guys. This is the rice that I gave hatred to, and this is the rice I gave love to. Now keep in mind, these 2 jars came from the exact same batch of cooked rice, no different. The only difference was, this one I gave love, this one I gave hate. Isn't that crazy? Give it a try if you want to. I'd love to see your guys' results. But here's what this taught me, or affirmed. Everything is love and vibration and energy, and I've even heard about, and I'm practicing from time to time, you know, blessing your food, giving your food some love, and giving your water some love before you drink it, because if you're giving it love and you're drinking it, I don't know, which one would you rather have in your belly? And you know, the same thing. This is food. So what about your spouse or your kids? If you just like shower them with good stuff or bad stuff, I don't know, proof's in the pudding, or in the rice in this case. So anyway, I just thought this was kind of cool. And the most bizarre thing, and I'll say it one last time, these are this exact same batch of rice, exactly the same. The only difference is what it got exposed to. And I'm telling you, it wasn't even a long period of time. The environment was the same where they hung out. The amount of energy or bad energy that this was given was probably a grand total throughout the whole month of maybe like 2 minutes. And look at the difference. Pretty cool. It's all about the love, man.